Hi guys, welcome to today's video. Welcome to this week's news for the past week ahead. We got three interesting news stories, got some new lenses. We've unfortunately got some delays on cameras, but let's look through those articles together right now. Hi guys, so the first thing we're going to look at here is Canon are looking at a new kit lens to bring out with their full frame cameras like the R6 and the R5, and there's a couple of options on the table apparently for this at the moment. So let's have a scroll down, have a look what those are. So number one, 24-70 f4 to 7.1. So a very common one of the lenses sizes that's very commonly used in kit lenses. An aperture that, in my opinion, could be better, but mirrorless do seem to tend to go for those bigger aperture numbers anyway, but it could be a pretty decent lens, so very common. The other option is a 28-70, which I don't think they'll do just because it's a bit abnormal. People are going to be so used to using the 24-70, it'd be just easier to keep at this one here. So I think this is going to be the most likely option, but a 28-70 is also on the cards, the same aperture. You're just gonna make this one, in my opinion. But interesting to see that they're looking at options and alternative that are purely for the full frame market, and we'll see how they get on with that. Okay, so the next story here I've got is one I talked about months ago with when the tariffs came in actually for America, with the delays on the R7 and the R6. Now it looks like they've actually finally announced those, which is a shame. I'm quite interested to see what the R7 brings out. The rumours of it having the same kind of body as the R5, but with the R7 internals having that crop sensor, rumours of having a global shutter, being able to have a battery grip finally, those sort of things, really quite interesting. So I'm really looking forward to seeing if all that comes to fruition, but we'll have to wait a little bit longer, unfortunately. So they are thinking around Q4. I'm going to say probably now it's going to be Q1 of 2026 now, I reckon. These are the rumoured specs of the R7. The current rumoured specs is going to be a 33 megapixel stacked CMOS sensor, Digitex with a digit accelerator from the R1, 8.5 stops of in-body stabilisation, 2.36 million dot OLED EVF, 40 FPS, pre-continuous shooting, in-camera upscaling, 4K 120, and a larger form factor than the R7, which is why I'm thinking, people are saying it's going to be in almost like the R5 Mark II body. Do we have the sleek specs here? So yeah, R6 Mark III is potentially going to have the R3 sensor in there, stacked CMOS, readout speed of the R, and between the R1 and the R5 Mark II. A new rear LCD flippy mechanism. That's going to be interesting to see what that is. Digitex with the Digit Accelerator, SIDOG 2 and 3, 6K, 60 FPS and a 4K. So that would be another interesting camera to kind of use. Not something I'm really going to be angling at the moment. I'm personally, 1DX Mark IIIs have come down to a reasonable price now, so that's probably the next camera I'm going to buy when I buy one. But in the mirrorless world, the R7, if this sounds as good as it is and actually is the R7 we were promised first, then this is something I'll probably end up buying, just to have a play with. But we're going to be looking at this, so it's down here, slipped into 2026 now, so I don't think we're going to see these until February, March 2026 now, I reckon. It's a shame. We've been waiting a very long time, especially for the R7. You're going to have the R10 come out soon as well. So it's a shame they couldn't have kind of flipped those around maybe and got the R7 out first, because it's going to be a massive high demand camera. Maybe they got lots of stock of the R7 Mark I that people are sitting on and they want to get rid of those first. Only time will tell, but let me know which of these cameras you're looking forward to and which one would you buy with your money. And the final thing we look at from this week is the RF50 1.2 Mark II is on the way soon. This lens, again, I said a few months back now that I think is one of the next big lenses they'll bring back out, because you got to think the RF50 Mark I was one of the first big prime lenses they launched with their mirrorless system years ago now, so it's definitely due an update. It says here that the Mark 1 came out 2008, 7 years now, so it's definitely due an update. It's still an absolutely amazing lens, that Mark 1, something that if I had all the money in the world, it would be nice something to have just on the shelf to use occasionally for street photography or weddings, or just going out and having a bit of fun with the camera. Not something I'd put in my camera bag at the moment with the sort of things that I do, but you know, this is something that's highly anticipated. I think it'd be good to see it. You've got it all here, all the dimensions. There's people who like to see the paintants, so you've got lots of elements in there. This should be such a nice sharp lens, and at f1.2 the bokeh will be absolutely amazing. So we'll look to see what comes after this. I don't think you're going to see it until next year, though. I reckon sort of Q2 maybe of 2026 until you see this. But let's wait and see. So those were the news stories to go through from this week. Which ones interested you the most? Were some of them very predictable, like the delays with the R6 and the R7 and the upcoming 50mm Mark II, which is potentially going to come through? Out of the two cameras, the R6 Mark III and the 7D Mark II, which one are you more excited to see coming through? I know personally I'm more excited to see the 7D Mark II, see if they have put it in that new body, i.e. the R5 body, and is the R7 we were promised the first time round. But only time will tell when they come through. Unfortunately, we have to wait a little bit longer for that. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please subscribe as you guys continually are. Comment down below, and I will see you in the next one. See you again soon. Goodbye.